Good morning, it's me, Cars, from the hit movie Cars 3. How you doing? No, like, really, how are you? I was thinking about it. I'm always doing all of the talking around here. I never give you your space, your time to shine. How are you? I hope you're feeling good, doing well. Thank you for coming back to the episode. Have you drunken water? Ha, Nether Central Station. The most central station inside of the Nether, obviously. There's no project, there's nothing that I'm forgetting. There is no project with like a million wonderful submissions that I'm super grateful for that I am just not doing today. Nope, not exactly. So me, how am I feeling? Well, you see, today I'm feeling nostalgic, but also a little bit curious. It seems like there's a ladder here. I didn't put this ladder here. Where does this go? Mysterious. This seems to open up into the opening and a slime and a nether portal. Well, most definitely, I didn't put either of these things here. This is weird.
We slowly slump into the nasty nether portal curiously, then, despicably, we're sent into a whole nother dimension.
I built this portal, guys. That was a lie. I built this. So we're not only at the Axolotl Outpost for nostalgia, we're also here for great views. This biome, this spot in the world, you know, if I had found this, like, first off, right away inside of this world, this very well might have been, like, my home, the forever home. It's so good looking. I mean, sure, the view is probably better from the water, and that's why we built there, but it looks good. And it also has everything that we need. Brown terracotta, you're the star of the show today. You gotta come home with me. So we should do a little bit of catching up here. In between episodes, something happened to me. Either I'm enlightened, I'm a whole new man, a brand new plane of existence, a whole new plane of thinking. I've unlocked it. Well, either that has happened, or I've lost it. 100% insane. I've gone crazy. I'm not sure which is which. Back over here at the home headquarters, I have a small question for you. And listen, I don't need any judgment. No judgment. So just leave that at the door, okay? The question. Oh boy, the question. Do you, like, seriously, is it insane? Do you think I've lost my mind if I said I wanted to build with this? Like this block right here, brown terracotta, but glazed the pattern. I don't know. I had a vision. I think this pattern might be kind of cool. Am I insane for thinking this? Like, look, I have a vision. So we have that pattern piece right there, and then I place the other pieces down, and, you know, yeah, link the pattern up perfectly every time on the floor. I think it'll look really, really good. And good news, if it doesn't look good, we'll just blame you. It was your idea all along. So, bad news for trees. Really bad news for trees. Yeah. Tree fans, I'm sorry. This tree, ancient tree, older than humanity itself. Well, I want to build a factory. This tree has got to go. Shockingly, it's been over a month since the Minecraft 1.19 update released. Inside of the 1.19 update, there's a brand new block. We use it a little bit in this world, but I can't use it a lot because I can't get it easily. Mud. Mud was added to Minecraft in 1.19 after only like 10 years of suggestions. We're gonna build a factory, and like that extra intuitive self that you are, this factory is going to be for mud. I really tried hard. I walked around this world and looked at every spot that I could possibly build this factory. I mean, clearly, Basalt Brothers sitting right there, this is like the industrial zone of this world or something. It is true that there was a great and beautiful tree sitting right here, and I had to cut it down. I killed it. It will never live again. But them's the breaks. At this next moment, when you see it pop up on screen, you will clap. But because I've done preparation for this project this time around, over here inside of this chest, all of the copper that was inside of my inventory from the last episode when we were building the observatory. Yes. So terraforming. To be honest, I don't really have much of a clue what I want this factory to look like, but I do know for a fact, 100% certain, this is all going to be in the way. I'm going to need to flatten all of this land out first things first before we set anything up. Flatten out the land to dig out the stone, and we'll get a lot of stone. Honestly, I'm so excited to work on today's build because it's redstone time. It's been so long since I've done redstone and I love it. I can't wait to actually get to build this machine. It's going to be cool. There we go, nice and flat. If I have to move the land back, I have to move the land back. It's fine. I'll make it look better later. Let's start with the redstone. This machine was designed by moi. I am the creator of this machine. Then it's so easy to build. We need like nothing. We do, however, need wood. And look, it's not like I'm out of wood. No, it's day 1154 out of wood. No, what do you? I'm just gonna chop down this tree really quick. I'll be right back. To build our wonderful machine, we need like 3 things: pistons, repeaters, and redstone dust. That's it. On an attachment, slightly separate note, I can't explain to you how excited I am to start to fill this hole in the world. Like, right in the middle of our world, the heart of the world that's been empty and cold for so long. I'm so excited to actually put a build here. It's such a good day. Okay, so look, I'm thinking that the build sits up on this platform right here. We need to figure out where the front of the build is so we can figure out where we're going to actually put the machine. I was thinking maybe we put the front of the build like right there from the water, like looking out. I think it would look really nice. We don't really need much room in front of the build. Okay, I'll move it back like 2 blocks and then we should be good. Okay, so this is gonna be like the front of the build or somewhere like that right there. Now let's talk about the redstone. So this machine is so simple. First things first, I need to center the machine somewhere on this build. Let's say like maybe, I don't know, somewhere back here. This should be fine. What I think I want to do is place a row of 8 pistons in the ground facing straight up. These pistons are going to basically push mud out of the way after I've created mud. I didn't count at all. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's 8. And you know what? Maybe I'll move it over this way. Like, no. You know what? Never mind. It's fine. 8. It's perfect. It's 8. That is 8 wood or pistons. Perfectly right there. So now what I want to do is basically the same thing, except this is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 right there. And then finally, on the other side of this farm, I think I'm going to do the exact same thing. 8 pistons going out like that. That's going to create 8 mud, 8 more, so 16. And then I guess there's going to be 6 in the middle, so 22. 22 mud per harvest. I think that's good. That's pretty good. Now I need to get all of this out of the way because it's wiring time. And not to like brag or anything too much here, but I'm a fancy guy. We're going to put the wiring on stone bricks. That's right. Go big or go home, right? But you know what? Floor. Remember the floor? So put the wiring 1 block lower, run it into the side of the block below the pistons. Yes. We're going to start with an area that looks a little bit something like this right here. Now, the end goal of this farm is to have the trigger on the floor with a pressure plate. So basically, I walk on the pressure plate, all of the pistons go up. That's actually pretty easy to pull off. What I think we want to do is a couple repeaters in here, you know, so we can actually send the power into the blocks below the pistons, then string all of that together somehow, like, you know, something like that. Maybe take these blocks out as well, link this up to this pressure plate. I want 1 pressure plate to do the entire job after all. Couple more repeaters right there, a little bit more redstone dust in here, and boom, just like that, we have the farm that kind of works. All we need to do is worry about the back row of pistons, which should be insanely simple. That's the start. Now the back row of pistons, because we have these corner pistons, they're going to be a little bit more annoying to work with, but still insanely simple. Check this out. To make sure I have room for the build still and, you know, everything like that, we're going to sink the redstone down into the ground. I think this might end up being behind the build, but it doesn't matter. And then up here, same thing with the repeaters. We'll place the repeaters down, going into every single block right there. End up with extra repeaters. That's amazing. We'll use those next time. And then a little bit more redstone dust. Now, to actually make this farm work from like the front to the back, I think all I need to do is run a simple line from the front over to the back. A little bit of redstone magic just like this right here, and we should hopefully be almost good. We're almost good. The signal doesn't reach, so problem solved. Repeater right there. Now we should be perfect. Every piston raises up. A little bit of delay on... Wait, what are you... Huh? Oh no, what did I do? How is this? What? Ah, I see what I did. Okay, this could be a problem. I think I'm sending power into the lines right there. And it's creating a circuit that's looping. So I think to fix that, all I need to do is swap these ones right there and the circuit breaks. Hold on. Okay, so look. Redstone. Make some changes. Close. There we go. I've got it. I can explain it perfectly. You see, I moved the repeater, and I moved the other repeater, and the other repeaters, and... Yeah, That's it. I got it to work. Okay, so that's good. Now, imagine this stone block is mud. I place the mud down, or you know what, actually. This block right here is mud. It's dirt. It's a lot closer to mud, relatively. I use that, and I turn it to mud, you know, and then I can push it up, and then I can do another one, and pretty much same thing. The pistons keep moving it up. There's weird lag in this world. What is going on? Top of the morning, terracotta, my sweet terracotta child. There may be judgment about you, a lot of judgment, but listen, you're my friend, you're my child. I will raise you. I will raise you into the strong and wonderful pattern that you are. This pattern will go in the middle on the floor. Look at this right here. The pattern, I knew exactly how to build it all along. Never messed up once. Yup, all we need to do is spirals in the middle. That's the pattern. It's gonna look, it's gonna look so good. I think it'll look amazing. Once I perfect the art of the pattern, it will look so good. This wonderful pattern that's gonna continue throughout the floor of the entire build. Then over here, we're gonna have 2 floor triggers. One over here and one over here. They'll both work. There are 2 components to the creation of mud in Minecraft. Component number 1 is dirt. That's pretty easy. We place the dirt down, we get dirt. The other component is gonna be water. We need to waterlog the dirt, basically, to turn it into mud. I'd like to have a source of water permanently, forever, inside of this build, and I'd like to not fall into the water. I want to make it easy to pick up. Look, I don't know if we do it with dark oak or if we just do it with spruce wood. Spruce might match a little bit better. But staircases. In the staircases, water. I waterlog all of the staircases, and then I'm pretty sure, like 90% confident that I could use a glass bottle on the staircase with the water inside of it, grab the water, waterlog the dirt, turn it to mud, push the mud up out of the way, and do it again. Repeat the process over and over and over again. One decision, which looks better? Spruce wood over here, or dark oak wood over there? You know, I think it's spruce wood. I think spruce wood is the winner. It matches the tones inside of the terracotta so much more. We'll go with that. Now that we've got the whole redstone contraption in, all I need to do is figure out how to build a build that looks at least decent around this thing. Might be difficult. Yeah, that might be difficult a little bit. And with that, it was off to the build zone for me. I started off the build journey by heading over to the storage building and taking a look at the supplies. Instantly, I fell in love with something precious. I knew from that second I had to use it on the build. Well, I used that block and a couple others on the beginning part of the build. I'd like to talk about the next big plan, the next big move that I think we should make inside of this world. So, hear me out on this, but the end. Inside of Minecraft, there's an end dimension. And inside of that end dimension is a pair of things that I kind of would like to have. See, it always gets away from me in a world. Either I do this on time, or I keep putting it off, and then it never really fits into what I'm doing, and I keep putting it off again and again and again. The end, the Ender Dragon, the end fight, yeah, I think we're pretty geared up and pretty much ready to go. To take on the end and open it up and then explore and find shulker boxes and elytra, 2 things that I would love to have. Well, to pull all of that off, essentially all we need to do is go into the world and find the stronghold somewhere. That's it. But it's not all up to just me. I know there are other things in 1.19 that I definitely want to check out, but what do you think? Do you think it's time? Do we go to the end, find the Ender Dragon, take it out, and start exploring? Or maybe should I build that tree farm? Let me know your thoughts down below. That's going to be the comment of the day for this episode. For this next one of the build, we're going to need wheat, and probably a lot of it too. We'll start with a stack and go from there. So the build, check this out. This is what I've got so far. The most beautiful block in the entire world. Yes, I brought it out. The terraforming also began that a little bit. Needs a little bit more, but it's looking pretty good. Now, the inside of the build the machine, I want to show this off. So this is the first test run. Not sure about the glass water bottle thing, but, okay, we use those and... Oh, yes. This is gonna be perfect. Sit down and buckle up because you're looking at the fastest mud maker in the game. Have you ever seen mud created faster than this? No, trick question, you never have. We make a row of mud and then I make another row of mud and then I go ahead and hit this again and I keep making mud, and even more mud, and then I use the shovel. Oh, it's so quick, it's so painless, it's easy. The mud machine, that's it. Then we slide over to a crafting table and make a bunch of packed mud. In fact, as much packed mud as I can. Then I go ahead and go over here and turn it into mud bricks. So the top of the build. So the good old front of the build. Check this out. I want to brighten this build up a little bit. So oak wood, stripped oak wood. It's gonna look so nice, and it's also gonna match the starter house sitting in the bay right over there. So that'll look good. Then what I think I'm gonna do is keep going up with the oak wood and try and create a tower. I think I'd like to have a towering tower on the front of this build. And then, in the inside of the tower, a case of a checkmate. You heard me earlier. It's a judgment-free zone. You can't say anything about it. I think we can pull it off. So, the tower, by my measurements, goes up a little bit more. And then maybe, like, one more section. 3 sections of 3. I mean, that is, like, literally perfect. So, we'll go ahead and do something like that on the front of the build. And we'll make it look better. But, yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool. Here's the thing. The side of the build. I have an idea. I promise I have an idea. I definitely have an idea. I like me a factory with a good slab roofline, so I guess we could start there. Wait, you heard me earlier. Wait a second, you heard me earlier. I, my friends, have an idea. A really good idea. The mud staircases? The mud staircases, yes. The mud staircases, the slab roofline I wanted all along, and then finally the copper that I also wanted all along. It's perfect. That's the roofline right there. It's gonna be so easy to pull off. So I have slabs going up on the side, slabs going up on the other side, this cool staircase thing in the middle. I think that's gonna make the roof look pretty cool. After doing all of that, I will then come up on this roofline and put copper in. The copper is gonna look so good. Then what I think I'm gonna do is let some of this copper oxidize just one step. You see right there, that partially oxidized copper? That's gonna blend like really, really well with the mud. So I think we have a little bit of that on the roof in like random spots, and then other parts of the roof are like perfect. This is, however, going to require copper. So speaking of copper, over here inside of one of these chests, this one right here, I have a little bit more raw copper. Inside of the storage building, I have even more. Mud and deep slate, the color combination is chef's kiss. It's like perfect. I mean, look at these things right here. Tell me they're not the same block. They're the same block. This is a factory. I'd like to have things look like they're in progress. So on the back of the build, a pile of mud and deep slate combined together to, I don't know, combine or something, and then some kind of thing showing it off. So maybe second tower on the build, and this time we leave it a little bit more open, so probably even more fences in there, and then strip it, just like the front one. Sad thing about this, I can put all of the thought time, precious detail effort into it, and it doesn't matter. We will almost never see it. But I still want to make it look good. This is going to be a lot of copper. Really hope that I have enough copper, because I want to put copper on the top of that tower too. Minecraft developers, quick question though. Listen. If copper is truly for building,
Where is copper wall? Like wall, but copper.
watch out. First arch of the build coming through. Watch out, buddy. Make room for the arch. Let's get that acacia. That sweet acacia. Wow. Yeah. Never thought that I would say that one. But here we are. Oh no, somebody stop him. He's going crazy. I got an idea. Didn't think I would ever have this idea, but I got an idea. Acacia trapdoors. Yes, acacia trapdoors. Check that out. And copper. Even more wonderful copper. Hey, wait a second. This build, this is gonna match that build, like, pretty much perfectly. I think I'm gonna try to do something a little bit different right here, though. That is, if that's okay with you, boss. Excuse me, tree. You're in my way. I was right there. How about some mud brick walls? And spikes, too. Wait a second, it just hit me. This is a factory. And you know, if this is a factory, then we better, like, we legally have to put some of those factory things on the top. You know, the smokestacks? Smokestacks on the top of the factory. It only makes sense. Chop a couple of these trees down. They're growing all over the place. It's getting crazy. Back up on the top of the tower. Let's finish this buddy off. We need a little bit more oak wood. Second, the acacia. A little bit more of that. Then I was actually thinking a couple acacia fence gates in the front of this thing, hanging off of it. And then the expensive part. So typically, this wouldn't be too bad. But I have this vision, and this vision involves the plain copper block. And using these things in building, that's where it gets expensive. So what I think I want to do is create a small copper peak of this thing, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not like gigantic, but it uses the expensive copper block for detailing. I think what I want to do is create this roof out of copper up here, then just like this stuff, let it age, except this time, let this part age all the way to the second stage, then I wax it all so it stays like that forever, and I think it'll look really cool. But the expensive copper block. Yeah, I'm going to use some of these. It's expensive, did I say that? But hey, you know what? Guess what? I'm loaded. I have so much copper. 36, and I have more than 36. There's a lot more copper in that building over there, so it shouldn't be a problem. Couple mud piles out front. Stripped oak in the back. Welcome to Spike City. And last but not least, let's grow a tall tree out front. Let's try that again. And last but not least, let's grow a tall tree out front. Closer. But I don't like the shape. Third try is the charm. Let's grow a tall tree out front. I like it. It's a keeper. We do a little bit more designing, just a tiny bit more detailing, some slight design tweaks in here, and then we end up with this beautiful masterpiece right here. Check it out, the Mud Factory. What do you think? I'm so happy with how this ended up. One of my favorite views of this thing that I found so far, this spot right here. Check it out. It's like a grand opening, an entrance to our area. Rain, really? It's killing the vibe. Come on. Well, I like the view of this place from over on the boat, but check this out. Up close, I've done a little bit of terraforming. In here, we have a small path. I'm thinking I connect this path up to, like, this area right here, and then I do something on the hill right there. But for now, we'll leave it like that. It's okay, it's okay. And then over here, I've done the terraforming and decorating. I was thinking I would leave this area open right here in case I ever want to link up with, like, the chateau, the potato farm over there. But for now, it just kind of stays like that. And then the build is, so as you could maybe see, the build is still entirely plain old copper. I think I maybe changed my mind. I kind of like this look. Like, it matches the acacia, like, perfectly. The top of the tower looks, like, grand and tall and strong. Should I leave this like this? Or should I let some of it age? Let me know down below. Check out those orange spikes. They're pretty sweet. I imported those from Constantinople. All right, but it is raining, so we should probably move inside. The wonderful mud machine indoors. It's not raining, but indoors, I have a little bit more work that I need to do. So the inside of this build, this is the tricky part, because you see, I can't really place a slab right there. They, like, fall down like that. Is it a problem? I'm not too sure. I don't know. I was thinking oak wood on the ceiling here to, you know, brighten the top of the build, but that's the tricky thing. Oak wood on the ceiling. Is that the answer, or should it be something else? See, I almost want to say we do maybe acacia log and strip the log, keep that whole orange thing going on the inside, but is it ugly? Is that a bad idea? Is it a terrible idea? Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's both of those. Let's go with deep slate. Deep slate tiles are already on the side of the build. Why not continue the deep slate tiles all the way across the build? I feel like that's probably the much more logical conclusion to the build. Then what we can do is come in here and fill the rest of the roof in with the oak slabs, like I thought before. Then all we're left with is this awkward connection right here. What if maybe, like, just maybe, awkward connection, awkward connection disappears like that? It's okay. And so just like that, the interior of our mud machine is now fully finished. Anytime, any moment, any minute, any second, I'd like to get a little bit of mud in this world. All I need to do is run over to this farm with a little bit of dirt, a glass bottle, and create the mud. I can do an easy line of mud like that, step on the pressure plate, it moves out of the way, and then I could do it again. And then after that, I think I could do it one more time. Mud machine, mud making, it's never been so easy. Oh yeah, and obviously I can make way more than just this. I think that's gonna get us almost a stack of mud and one full harvest. That's not bad. And I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but terracotta floor, I think it's a hit. So now, it's mud making time for me. Minecraft Survival, episode number 55, The Mud Machine. That, my friends, is the story of how we got the baddest, the coolest looking mud making machine in the entire game. Let me know what you think about the roof down below, and while you're headed down there, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Patron gang, big shout out Medical Boomstick, Bill Geek, and Swoopy Louvre. I can't even see the build from here. Swoopy Louvers, thank you for the support. I think we got just the build the last episode for the view of this thing though. You may not be able to see the build from some spots in the world, but the observatory, well look, to put it simply, the observatory's job, it is simply to observe. It's been me, Waddles. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.